guys, welcome to Boxing Evolution TV live chat show. I'm joined in the studio right now with Chaz Simmons, who's making his debut for Goodwin Boxing Promotions on the 22nd, which is next Saturday. How you doing, Chaz?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Yeah, good stuff. So, you're making the move over to
My Southern area title, defended it. After that fight, I lost that fight. I got cut bad. The referee said I'm not going to carry on after that cut, so retired me. I went to Greece, opened up a boxing gym in Greece, and I decided to move over with Steve Goodwin. I come back from Greece, decided to leave all that behind me, give it one more shot at it, and go with Steve. See how it goes.
Well, I mean, I have to say from my dealings with Steve, you know, he's a very nice, genuine boxers speak very highly of him. So tell me about your opponent that you're fighting. Starting off with a 4-rounder.
4-rounder this is, and then the next one will be a 6-rounder, and then hopefully get a title shot at light middleweight. Now I was a welterweight, I've stepped up to light middleweight. I think the division's open. I feel I'm going to get a major title in that weight.
So what is the reason for you stepping up from welterweight to middleweight? Do you find that cutting weight's hard?
Yeah, I was draining myself all the time, and I just thought I feel like strong. I train alongside Lenny Dawes, former British champion, box for the European. Ian Burbridge, he's my trainer, and yeah, training's going good. Sparring alongside Lenny and that, he's helping me along. So everything's going perfect. Everything's gone perfect for this fight. I can't wait now for Saturday night, 22nd, get in there and show all the people out there that bought tickets, come and see me and support me, and show the people that haven't. Let them. I want I lost about 12 fights in my amateur career. Won the schoolboys. Got to the finals of the ABAs. Got beat by Tony Doherty. NABCs. I won a lot of things as an amateur. Done well as an amateur, and took it over as a pro. Done good as a pro. You know, I'm not going to knock myself. I've done good as a pro.
I think I myself, I mean, people always say to me, because I'm not very tall myself, and when I compete at about 77 kilos. But people always say, oh, you're too short for that. But I actually find cutting weight depressing, and I find that I feel weaker at that lighter weight. I don't know if it's a similar thing for you. I mean, do you prefer to actually eat a bit better and not have to worry about cutting the weight loss?
Yeah, I eat well. I eat well. I eat 3 times a day. I eat well.
Do you think height and size is always much of an issue?
Everyone thinks because you're small you got to get in and get under. Well, I've been sparring.
As do you categorise yourself as an inside fighter or a counter puncher? Or,
yeah, an inside. I'm an inside fighter. Inside fighter. I like to get in there and let them have it. But I've been working on some different things now.
What would you say your main strength is as a boxer?
Main.
A good work rate. As opposed to many other fighters.
Good work rate and quick. A little bit like keep the head moving, you know, like Tyson does, head moving, just let them shots go, them hooks. That's what I like.
What do you tend to find is
And just wanted to I just threw everything out the window that I learnt and just wanted to take his head off, and that's what he wanted me to do. So.
Do you think that being able to stick to a game plan is what makes the difference between a champion fighter and someone that
definitely.
gets to the domestic level?
Definitely, I can fight. Everyone knows I can fight. Everyone's seen me fight. I mean, it's a good war.
Tell me a bit about that.
I was 10 years old when I started, and I had a fight with two brothers. Those boxers, they beat me up. There was two boxers, so I went back round their house. I wanted to fight them again, and the mum opened the door and she gave me a leaflet with a box.
I think that's made a major change in your life.
Definitely, yeah, definitely. I've seen friends of mine just go, you know, doing nothing with their lives. I think boxing's always kept me on the straight and narrow, kept me off the streets, kept me looking forward. So yes, it was good.
That's good to hear.
He just boxed for a world title and lost to Michael Jennings. Everyone thought he was going to beat me. I stopped him in 4 rounds. Another one was with Ross Minter. That was a good fight. I got stopped in that one myself. Not listening to the game plan again. Yeah, I had a good run. I boxed some good people. Won some good fights. It's just onwards and upwards now.
Okay, well, I'm certainly looking forward to your fight on the 22nd. Is there anyone that you'd like to give a thanks to, or give a shout out to? Anyone watching at home, anything like that?
Yeah, please. I'd like to thank my sponsor, Daniel Newham, Simply Constructions. He's been sponsoring me now, giving me weekly wages so I could train. He's been doing this for about 2 years now, helping me out when I was in Greece and that. And Ace Scaffolding, I'd like to thank. Ian Burbridge, my trainer, the boys down the gym, Rose Hill. Everybody else who I ain't mentioned, my mind's gone blank. That's about it. That's about it. And my girlfriend, she's been like a rock with me. She's stuck by me. I'm getting up at 4:30 running, getting home late at night, just going to sleep. So
how important do you think it is to have a good partner to become successful in boxing, especially?
It's the key. You got to have a good partner, you know.
Does she help cook your meals and help you with your nutrition?
Yeah,
and that
she
kind
cooks
of
my
stuff?
meals. She sets the alarms in the morning, gets me out of bed, kicks me out of bed to go running. She she watch what I eat, cooks me all healthy food. Yeah, she's the best. Yeah.
And like with the footballers, is a sex ban get put in before?
Yeah, sex ban's on. There's no steak and you know what tonight.
Yeah, no steak and BJ night for you tonight.
No, not for me.
Oh, you have to put it on hold till next week when you get the win.
Hilarious, I know.
Okay, well we won't go into that too much, but anyway, it's been a pleasure interviewing you, Chaz, and I wish you the best of luck, and I'll see you next week. Anyway, guys, we're going to go to a quick advert break, and then next up we have Martin Hillman. Thank you. Alright guys, I'm back now with Martin Hillman. How you doing, Martin?
I'm good, thanks mate, yeah.
Yeah, it was the how was the drive down here tonight?
Yeah, not too bad, yeah.
No
traffic.
no
No,
traffic
it was alright. Traffic was alright.
Okay, that's good. You see, I've tried to put this show on at a time when, you know, people can get out of London and get down here without too much traffic. So
Yeah,
I think this is a nice time, but then, you know, I don't know if people are going out to the pub at 9 o'clock and anyway, back to the subject.
Yeah.
You're fighting on Goodwin Promotions on the 22nd, like Chaz.
Yeah, 22nd of March, yeah.
Is this your debut for Goodwin Promotions?
Second fight for Goodwin,
fight?
yeah.
Okay.
Back at York Hall, so great venue. And looking forward to it, can't wait, you know. Can't wait.
So, when was your first fight for Goodwin Promotions?
First one was in November last year. Just come, first one, you know, straight over from the amateurs, so...
And how did that go for you?
Got put in with a really tough kid. Lost on points, but it was close. You know, it could have gone either way. Gave away a bit of weight. I know what I've done wrong. I boxed too much like the amateurs. We've been doing that.
I mean, who was your opponent for that fight?
He was a Latvian.
Okay.
He'd had about 75 fights.
As an amateur or
as a pro?
As a pro.
As
really?
a pro, yeah. So he knew his way around the ring.
Steve, what are you doing, man? It's his debut. What are you doing, Steve?
Yeah. No, it's, you know, he didn't have a good record, but he'd had some good wins, you know.
I mean, the thing about journeymen is, you know, despite their record, they are tough, and I've seen some really good journeymen, you know, up against prospects. And you know, even though they're supposed to be in there to lose, sometimes I think they've clearly won the fight. So,
Yeah.
You know,
and he fancied it. Probably see how young I looked, you know, and he fancied it and had a right go. Like other night, he might not have had a go, you know, but that fight has taught me so much about the difference between pro and amateur. So.
I mean, there's such a big style difference between pro and amateur, and I think a lot of people don't really realise that. I'm not really a fan of the amateur style because it's all about in and out, jab, jab, point. You know, I like to plant my feet and I like to punch and I like to see people drop to the floor when I hit them. You know, I guess if that's something you haven't really, if you're not really aware of before you go into the pro game, it probably would affect how you.
Yeah. You make a good pro by the sound of it.
I'm excellent, mate. I'm Tyson now, I'm joking.
It's no, I definitely feel the difference. Like I've been sparring good pros, but nothing teaches you like getting in there with one. And like I said, he really fancied it. He was bigger than me naturally, and he hit me with a shot in the first round. like a big right hander. I stayed up, moved out a distance, and from there I went into amateur mode. Like, fucking hell, don't want to get knocked out here. Boom, boom, move. And I was landing with shots all day long, but the ref scored it. I think he was coming forward, looking like the aggressor, landing the bigger shot. I was landing the quantity. He was landing the quality.
I mean, that's another thing that annoys me with boxing sometimes. I mean, the way fights are scored sometimes is down to the person's perspective and then what they are expecting from a fight. So some people like to see the person that comes forwards, but they ignore the kind of fact that you're not getting hit and you're counterboxing.
Yeah.
Other people like to actually only see punches landed, and you know. So I mean, I've lost a fight before, which I thought I clearly won a point, but because I was the one dancing away and the other person was coming forward,
Yeah.
you know, it was given to them. So
Yeah.
I think there should really be a clearer kind of, you know, way of scoring fights.
Yeah.
What's expected, rather
Yeah.
because sometimes it just comes down to people's
It's
personal
their
opinions.
yeah what they look for.
Mm.
If they're looking for, like you said, the aggression, or you know, I just, when I got hit with a shot, I thought I can't trade with this fella. He got a big right hand. He'd knocked a kid out, I think a month before he boxed me, who was 8-0 at the time. So a good kid. And I didn't want that happening on my debut, so I thought best way, I'm going to box, move, get behind a nice jab. It won't to be, but
What have you been working on since that fight?
just fighting more like a pro, you know, putting authority behind my shots. We've done loads of strength work. My coach, John Cole, he's excellent, you know. I've never had so much one-to-one, you know. In the amateurs, it's 20, 30 of you in there. You're getting ignored, might get a couple of rounds on the pads, but he works on things, you know, technique, strength conditioning, hill sprints, everything. Everything's planned out.
So I mean, how are you just into the training of being a pro as opposed to the amateur side?
It's hard, you know. It's just gotta grit your teeth through it, you know. Just gotta grind. You know, I work full time. So,
Really?
yeah,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
up before work,
Yeah.
5:30, 6 o'clock, running, doing my mileage, doing my abs and press ups in the morning, shower, breakfast, go to work, you know, eat quickly again, change, go to the gym, get killed by John in the gym, and yeah, then back, repeat, you know.
So eat, sleep, drink, train, repeat.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever order it is. I mean, one of the things that I found interesting from adjusting from amateur boxing to pro boxing, especially in the sparring, is how you take your time and you wear the opponent down. It's not necessarily who can punch the hardest. You know, you can punch someone as hard as you like, but then as soon as you run out of energy, you're left as a sitting duck.
Yeah.
The pro game is really a lot more about trying to wear the opponent out, letting them work, and then, you know,
Yeah.
going for the knockout then, and that's a skill in itself.
Yeah.
I think that.
You're making the opponent work without working yourself. Like the pro, they're saying off that they hustle, and you're like boom, 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 boom. But then all of a sudden, then they come on strong, you know. So, but I'm learning. I'm doing the rounds more comfortable now, you know. I've sparred 8-3s and I've felt alright, you know. I'm training for a 4-3s fight, and like I said, that first fight's taught me a lot, and all the sparring I've had, I'm feeling good.
So okay, so for your next fight on Goodwin Promotions, which is next Saturday, tell me about your opponent for this one.
I'm fighting a guy called Graham Fern. He's from York, so he's coming a long way. I think he's had about 26, 27 fights. He's active. He comes in as a go. I don't think he can punch like the last guy I fought, you know. But yeah, he like I said, he hasn't got the best record, but I'm not taking that lightly, because records are for DJs, you know. So I've done everything right for him. I've taken him seriously, and I'm looking forward to getting back in there and putting things right.
So okay, so you're hoping to do get the win this time, but you know, even if you don't, it doesn't matter. As long as you improve your performance from last time round, and you've you know, the things that you did wrong last time you've done differently.
Yeah.
You know, win or lose, I think that's the important thing.
Yeah.
You know, people put so much emphasis on a win or a loss, and at the end of the day, that does come down to someone's opinion sometimes. I think. So
Yeah.
as long as you know yourself that you've done, you know, to the best of your ability, that's all you can.
That's right. Yeah.
So I would like to find out a bit about your boxing history and what got you into boxing, and you know, all that kind of stuff. So what age did you said earlier that you started at 13?
First fight at 13, yeah. Actually, first walked in a gym at 12. And yeah, I think first fight I was about 5.5 stone. Yeah, tiny, and started at Eltham ABC with Steve Barrett and John Cole. My pro coach was amateur coaching then, and yeah, loved it. But yeah, started off then and just carried on. Fell in love with the sport. And
so you were quite a nipper when you started. I mean, what was it like being at school and being a boxer? I mean, did the other kids know that you were a boxer whilst you were at school? Did it affect how they acted towards you, do you think? Did you walk in
I kept it quiet for a
Yeah.
few years, yeah. I kept it quiet, and then people found out. And
did you have any kind of fights at school?
well, I was quite quiet when I first started school, and I did have someone have a go, and I think I was about 14 at the time. Didn't know I boxed or anything like that, and sort of give them a right pasting. And after that, people left me alone a bit, you know, because a lot of people see it, and yeah,
and it kind of stuck. I mean, I think boxing is such a great thing to teach young kids, because it helps them to deal with bullies and stuff like that. And I'm not necessarily saying that it makes you go around and beat people up. It just it makes you be confident, and if someone does start on you, you know, then you put them in place, and then you know, it solves a lot of problems. I think. I mean, how do you think you would have turned out if you hadn't have done boxing?
Well, I mean, like all through me teenage years and that, it's kept me busy. I ain't been on the streets, getting up to no good, going out drinking or none of that.
Do a lot of people you know your age, and well, particularly back when you were in school, were a lot of them getting involved in drugs?
And things like that, you know, and you know, smoking and drinking, and you know, going out, not much to do, but you know, I was training and enjoying the boxing, so it kept me, you know, I don't know, I might have been alright without boxing, but I might not, you know.
You never know, but at least you know that, you know, it kept you away from that kind of stuff. I mean, so many young people I know, they get involved in drink and drugs and stuff, you know, and then that just leads them into all kinds of stuff, you know. So just being kept away from that at least gives you a much bigger chance.
Gives you that, yeah, that's right.
Okay. So let's talk a bit about your amateur career. You had 60 fights.
About 60 fights in the amateurs, had quite a good record. Won about 3/4 of them. And decided 10 years of unpaid boxing is enough. So let's try and. I've always wanted to go pro, so I thought try and earn a few quid and try and achieve something in the sport, you know.
So what are you aiming for in the pro ranks then?
I mean, I just want to be the best I can be, because with my coach now, it's 1-to-1. It's a different level of coaching to amateur, like group sessions. And I know he'll get the best out of me. So I know whatever I achieve will be my standard. I won't have regrets like I could have been, you know, look back when I'm older and go, what if I'd done this, and you know.
So you're not particularly aiming for a title?
Yeah, I'd love anyone pro, you know, would love titles. I'd love titles, you know. I come from a boxing family. My uncle won the Southern Area title as a pro in the 70s and fought for the British title, boxed at good standard, so be nice to get Southern Area back in the family first, you know, and then win that, and you can get an opportunity for something bigger, you know. There's a lot of titles out there now, so hopefully I can.
And I take it that you'd obviously like to be able to stop your full-time job at some point if you
that'd be the dream. full time.
What do you do then as a job?
I'm a full time mechanic.
Oh, okay.
Full time mechanic.
You've got a good career ahead of you there anyway. If the boxing doesn't work out the way you want it to.
Yeah.
So either way, I think you're pretty sorted for life. What does your dad think about your boxing career?
I think my dad, he gets more nervous than me before a fight, but he's boxed. He had a load of amateur fights, so he knows the game in and out, you know. But he gets nervous, but he keeps away from, like, fight day. He keeps away from me because he sees that I see how nervous he gets, so he don't want it to rub off on me. So he keeps well away. And he's always supported me, always took me to the gym as an amateur.
Okay, and do you think that played a big part in helping you to become successful in boxing and to get where you are now?
I mean, yeah, like I said, he's never like forced me into it. Like, I wanted to start boxing myself. He didn't get me into it, but he's always helped me, advice, took me to the gym regardless, took me to fights. Help me out any way you can, and appreciate it really. So it's good to have someone who's been there.
Yeah, I think it's good to have, and it helps develop a relationship between you and your father, and I think that's very good for families as a whole. And, them coming to with you on fight day and everything like that. It's good. It's nice to hear, and I think a relationship between a father and a son is very important for keeping people on the right track. So if you both got it through boxing, that's good.
Yeah.
So it's been really nice talking to you today. Is there anyone that you'd like to give a shout out to or anything like that?
Yeah. I just want to thank everyone who's bought tickets to come and support me. Support means the world. Helps me out. Everyone from work, family, friends, other boxers even in other gyms that have been sparring. Everyone who's bought tickets, I can't thank you enough. If anyone wants any more, still got a few more left, not many, and the show's a sellout, so get me on Twitter. It's at Martin Hillman, and I'll sort you out some tickets. But
so you've still got a few tickets left for
I've got a few, not many though, but I've sold quite a lot for this. The support's been amazing. So I just want to say a massive thank you,
I'm looking forward to a massive atmosphere when you're on next Saturday.
Oh yeah, you will, yeah.
And what do you think of the Boxing Evolution TV studio?
Love it.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Well, I'd like to thank you, Martin. Thank you very much. And if you want to see him in action, he's fighting next Saturday, 22nd of March at York Hall, Bethnal Green, the traditional home of British boxing. Anyway, guys, we're going to go to the Boxing Evolution TV news now, and then I will be back after that. So, over and out. Welcome to the Boxing Evolution TV news, bringing you all the latest news in boxing from around the world. WBO welterweight champion Timothy Bradley will meet for the second time with one of boxing's biggest stars and currently number 2 in the world, Manny Pacquiao, in a fight televised by HBO from the MGM grounds in Las Vegas, Nevada. Coach Freddie Roach has complained that in recent matches Pacquiao has avoided or ignored his instructions to go for a knockout, which has allowed the judges to decide the verdict. In the first encounter, the judges decided in favour of Bradley, which turned out to be one of the most controversial decisions in boxing history. Back to the present, and Pacquiao in recent reports has been preparing for the fight harder than ever. Freddie Roach and his team want to make sure that Pacquiao will be at his very best and, most importantly, going for the kill when he's told to. Recent prize-fighter heavyweight Michael Sprott is very interested in facing the young and totally untested heavyweight prospect Anthony Joshua if his promoter Eddie Hearn will let him. Sprott, 39, already pulled off an upset with the Olympic super heavyweight gold medalist Audley Harrison in 2007 in halting him in 3 rounds, and he'd like to add Joshua to his resume as well. Joshua captured a gold medal in the super heavyweight class in 2012 London Olympics, although Joshua's gold medal win was highly controversial due to many boxing fans feeling like he'd lost most, if not all, of his contests in the Olympics. "I want Joshua to fight me because I want to be the one to put a dent on his record," Sprott said to to Sky Sports. He will definitely be a world heavyweight champion at some point in the future, but he won't be a heavyweight champion whilst the Klitschko's are around. Regardless of the outcome, taking on a veteran heavyweight such as Sprott will definitely provide a big learning curve for Joshua on his road to becoming world champion. Heavyweight contender Deontay Wilder thinks British heavyweight David Haye's recent shoulder injury is a result of punishment that he's taken since moving up to the heavyweight division in 2008. The 6'7" Deontay sees Haye as a cruiserweight fighting in the wrong division, and he thinks Haye should stay retired rather than try to make a comeback. But with that said, Deontay would be more than willing to fight Haye if he's up for it. He'd also like to face British heavyweights Derek Chisora and Tyson Fury as well. Deontay has a big fight tomorrow night against Malik Scott in a WBC heavyweight title eliminator bout at the Coliseo Ruben Rodriguez Bayon, Puerto Rico. Former WBC welterweight champion Andre Berto expects to return to the ring next July, provided that his injured shoulder has healed successfully. Berto, 30, suffered a torn right tendon in his shoulder in the last fight against Jesus Soto Calas last July. The injury required surgery to repair the problem, and Berto has been out of action ever since. Berto said, "I'm refocusing all of my energy on coming back at 100% and showing all of my fans the best Andre Berto, both mentally and physically. I've learned a lot during this time off, and everyone is going to see that all in my next fight." Well, Andre, we here at Boxing Evolution TV are certainly looking forward to your return to shake up the welterweight division once more. Okay guys, that brings us to the end of the live chat show today. I hope you've enjoyed watching. Just a quick mention about our social networks at the end. If you'd like to follow us on Twitter, we are at Boxing Evolution. If you'd like to get us on YouTube, we're at youtube.com/Boxing Evolution TV. If you'd like to get us on Facebook, we're facebook.com/Boxing Evolution TV. And we're also on Instagram at Boxing Evolution. I hope you've enjoyed the show, and we will be back next week with another range of guests for you to watch. Anyway guys, it's Flo from Boxing Evolution TV, over and out. Hello? 1, 2, 3. Oh, sweet. So that works without the monitoring on. Yes! Haha. Cool. Put the video on camera.
Look at that sexy face.
Yeah, yeah. Right.